We're back. 4 Downs, Coach D Radio Show. The sounds of Jigga Man, Jay-Z, my favorite rapper of all time. Can I get her? Gotta love it, gotta love it. And you're locked in 4 Downs, Coach D Radio Show, ESPN 102.7 FM, streaming online, BigSportsRadio.com. And once again, I want to thank my guests, Mr. Amir Pittman and Mr. Zion Kendall, for sitting down talking with me, talking a little smack to each other. And I put my predictions out there that one of those guys are going to lead the conference in rushing. And most of all, just glad, just two great young men that will come back next year and possibly be on top of the 4 Downs of Coach D Radio Show top player list right now. And as we're trying right now, we're waiting to get the winning coach from last night, Coach Eric McKnight, on the line.
At the tone, please record your message.
Yes, and that was the automated system. We like to talk to the automated system. But right now, let's get right into it. I got the head coach for the Southeast Trojans right here with me, Mr. Antoine Alston. And I also got another special guest from the Southeast Trojans, Mr. Joshua Hunter. How you guys doing this morning?
Doing good. How you doing, Coach?
Doing fine. You're locked in 4 Downs, Coach D. So, Coach Alston, I know you took a tough loss last night to South Creek. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Everybody hates losing, but I hate losing when you can win. Got a good team, athletic, but we're just a little bit inexperienced. So we gotta work on that this week.
And Mr. Joshua Hunter, let's introduce you to the world. And I vividly have memories of you last year when you guys played Weldon and when you played South Creek. And honestly, when we saw you play the Jackets, and we were trying to count the tackles that you got. You are a machine on defense. So where do you kind of get that aggression from?
Just trying to execute, do my assignment on the field. That's all.
And we're gonna stop right there. We're gonna jump to Coach McKnight. We finally got Coach McKnight, the winning coach from the Northwest Vikings, on the line. How you doing this morning, sir?
What's going on?
You're locked in 4 Downs, Coach D. So let's get right into it. Thoughts on that first win last night at Columbia in overtime?
Man, I'm still a little speechless. My guys, man, we went down. It was a nice, probably almost 3-hour ride. Went down there to Columbia and competed from the beginning of that game all the way to the end, and even had to go to overtime. And these guys still played and left it all on the field, man. Like I said, I'm speechless. I'm proud of these guys because the smiles that I saw on the faces of those guys of getting their first win and even going to overtime, the guys said, we want the ball first. And that's what we did. We went on and drove down the field, and we went on and took that win home.
And just speaking on that, the adversity you've dealt with all season long, and even to the start of this week, as we spoke early on in the week. So getting this win, how does it feel now?
It feels good. I feel like we're turning the corner, and it's not so much just the win, but how we played as a team. Guys were depending on each other. They were lifting each other up. Those are things that we have been looking for as a coaching staff to say, if these guys actually want to go somewhere as a team, these are some of the things that they have to do.
And who were some of your key players of the game last night?
Jesse Alston, our quarterback. Man, he was all over the field. He was throwing the ball here and there. He was running the ball. Even on defense, he came up the leg, some key hits on some plays. Also, Q Raya was my running back and also played corner for me. And he actually got an interception for about 80 yards for a touchdown. And then on defense, he has a few other guys. DJ, my safety, coming up, making some hits also.
And as we wrap this thing up, because I know you had a long night last night coming back, your thoughts against Weldon as you have a bye week next week. You play Weldon September the 21st.
My thoughts against Weldon, man, I've already started watching film of those guys. I think it's going to be a physical game. I know they're coming in with this wishbone that they like to run. which is not something that I'm not used to or new to this, because coming from Edgecombe County, that's all everybody runs is the wishbone. You have Tarver that runs the Tarver T, but the wishbone is something that I'm used to seeing on the regular. So I think it'll be a great game. I'm actually looking forward to it. My guys are ready to get to work on it. That's all they were talking about last night coming back is we ready for welding them. We ready for welding. So that's that good attitude that I like to see and hear. So we're going to go to work this week. Even though we got a bye week, we still going to be going to work and do everything we need to do to prepare for welding.
All right, and want to thank you once again for getting up early this morning, talking with me, Coach McKnight, the winning coach last night of the Northwest Vikings. And I'll be sure to get with you, Coach.
All right, thank you.
All right, and that was Coach Eric McKnight from the Northwest Vikings with the win. And once again, we're locked in 4 Ounce Coach D radio show on ESPN 102.7 FM, streaming online, BigSportsRadio.com. And want to thank the people, the staff at the beautiful Hilton Garden Inn right here off 125 by I-95 and here in the big town of Roanoke Rapids. So I still got Coach Alston, Mr. Joshua Hunter, still here with me. So I just want to bring something good to you. You just talked to Coach McKnight, and you just defeated them Saturday for the King of the County. So how was that like?
It was okay. It was okay. I mean, I don't know if y'all knows, I'm not really big on, well, I am big on wins and losses, but if we win, we win. If we lose, we lose. I'm out building kids.
Exactly right. But you also, it was a kind of an ugly game, weather, other circumstances going on. But you guys, actually, Amir Pittman, Joshua Hunter, Krishan, they played very well that game.
Yes. I don't know if you saw the stats, but we had 8 fumbles and 5 of them was recovered by Northwest. So it wasn't real pretty for us.
But so I want to get to Mr. Hunter right now. So, Mr. Hunter, what are your kind of your expectations as we kind of shift, as we start going toward conference play?
Us coming together as a team and continue to build brotherhood and bonding together so we can get the job done on the field.
And want to also ask you too, as I ask a lot of the players that I have on the show, what is it like playing for this man? Your personal thoughts on playing for Coach Alston?
Well, he's a great coach. He tells you your assignment, so it's like there's not a lot that you can get wrong. You know what I'm saying? He tells you your assignment. Only thing you gotta do is execute, and he teaches.
And Coach Alston, your thoughts on Joshua too, because I know you're a very close coach with all your players, and just your personal thoughts for him.
Good kid, man. Does everything you ask him to do. Goes 110%. Only thing that he needs to work on is being a real good leader. Being that guy that he can be. He got the athletic ability, but you also have to have that mentality to be the best.
And you're locked in 4 Ounce Coach D radio show, ESPN 102.7 FM, streaming online, BigSportsRadio.com, and we're live here at the Hilton Garden Inn here in the big town of Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina. So next week, you guys have the home game against Gates County.
Yes, sir.
And what are some of the things you're looking for from your team, Coach Alston, as coming off this loss and possibly trying to get that win next Friday night?
Some of the things I'm looking for, I'm going to make some adjustments in practice this week. I'm just trying to find that person or that defense or those guys that's ready to play. And it's when I say I'm making changes in practice, personnel. Some guys can have 4 games and haven't shown me that they can play that position, so I got to make a change before the conference.
And one of the kids I do want to point out, Mr. Davis.
Yes,
Mr. Davis. He had a nice. I've seen flashes from him.
Yes, sir.
In each game, so a little bit on him as well.
Davion Davis is a sophomore running back / corner, fast kid, but he's still growing. Played JV last year and put him on Washington this year as a sophomore, so he's growing. If he get it, once he get it this year, next year it's gonna be hard to stop him.
Yes, and like you said, we saw when you guys played Roanoke Rapids, he made a couple of phenomenal plays. Then he had the kickoff return against Northwest last week. So looking forward to seeing all those guys. And for you, Mr. Hunter, just want to know some of your expectations as you transition on and possibly able to play colleges. Any kind of colleges you're looking at, wanted to play for?
Not really. I'm just trying to get a full-ride scholarship, all scholarship.
Even anybody you're looking at. What's your favorite college team then?
Probably Central.
Central, okay. And that is possible. And that is Mr. J Bell that just clapped in the background. He's looking for it. You didn't say Shaw. If you would have said Shaw, he probably would have ran up and hugged you right there. And once again, we're on 4 Downs Coach D Radio Show. Have Mr. Antoine Alston and Mr. Joshua Hunter from Southeast Halifax here on the show this morning. So if you can assess your first couple of weeks, Coach Alston, you guys are 1-3 right now,
yes,
and you've shown promise, and it's some things like you said, maybe some personnel changes you have to make. If you can grade it right now, what is your grade?
Man, C minus.
C minus, and why C minus?
And I say C minus because we haven't been consistent, and C stands for consistent. No, I'm just playing with Coach D. But no, C minus because of ups and downs. The first game against North Johnson, we were up, lost in the last 4 minutes. Running Rapids, we were up at halftime. We lost in the third and fourth quarter. We got to get over that hump. We got to get over that hump. Every team that we play, we can beat. Every team that we're going to play, we can beat. But if we don't come out, execute, do what the coaches ask you to do, and guys show up at practice like they're supposed to, then I can really teach.
And I'll put that out there. That's a big thing in the Roanoke Valley. Kids want to play on Friday night, but you got to put the work in Monday through Thursday. You got to put the work in Monday through Thursday. So that means coming to practice, coming to school, doing what you're supposed to do in the classroom, and coming to practice every day. So that's not just only for Southeast. That's for Halifax County, Northampton County, all surrounding areas. Guys, we got to make sure if you want a winning product, you got to put the work in. And I predicted you guys second in the conference.
Yes, sir.
And that it's still there. It's still there to get because the conference is kind of down a little bit. It's kind of down a little bit. It's been a rough go in the non-conference for every team.
Yes.
So do you believe these non-conference games are gonna better prepare you for the conference?
Yes, sir. Every time we played in non-conference is a school that's bigger than us, and we do that for a reason. We want to go ahead and go through that struggle, that fight, so that way when it's time to play in our conference, we'll be ready to play.
And Mr. Hunter, how do you think playing this schedule is making you better as a player?
Well, it's putting me against better competition, and I get to look at what people may do in the conference. So, yeah.
And as you know, Northampton's kind of been the top dog in the conference, and I know you guys played a great game against them twice last year, and I know you're shooting for them. And like I said, I know it's not about wins and losses, but I know that's a game that you want, Coach.
Yes, sir.
I know that's a game that you want
yes,
because
sir.
they've been the top dogs in the conference, and like you said, we'll be looking forward to that one because that's October 5th, and even though that's a little ways down the road, that could determine the conference.
Yes,
that could determine the conference, and I'm not gonna ask you what's your thoughts on that because it's so far ahead, and I know you're just locked into Gates County right now and getting a win. But I believe in you. I believe in the Trojans. I believe, because I believe you're the right coach for them to motivate them because you're more than a coach. You're also like a brother and a father to them. And that's what these kids need these days. That's exactly what these kids need these days. And once again, just want to thank Coach Alston, Mr. Joshua Hunter for getting up early this morning. Come and talk to me right here in the beautiful Hilton Garden Inn here in Roanoke Rapids. And we'll be back. 4 Downs Coach D Radio Show.